Hi, welcome to Nona's Here. I'm Nona. First, I'm going to give you a quick update about what has been happening. For those of you who have not been with me for a while, on Christmas Day evening, I fell when we were at our son's house in Texas. I tripped over a cord and I fell backwards and I hit my tailbone, my lower back, and my back. And I also was suffering from a horrible sinus infection. So the next day, Grumpy Grandpa took me to a walk-in clinic and I got medicine for the sinus infection, and they took x-rays and said, yes, I had injured my back. I had a compression injury. They told me to take Tylenol and ibuprofen. A couple days later, I was in really a lot of pain, so Grumpy Grandpa took me to the emergency room where they did a couple CT scans and gave me some pain shots and some prescription pain medicine. They told me to see my PCP when I got home, and unfortunately, when we got back to Pensacola, my primary care was on vacation. So I saw him as soon as he was back, which was about 2 weeks later, and he referred me to an intervention radiologist who I got in rather quickly, and he looked at my scans and said, yes, I had a compression injury and my L1 vertebrae was fractured. So he recommended a kyphoplasty, which is where they go in and they take the compressed vertebrae and they put in a balloon and they blow the vertebrae up to its full size, and then they insert spinal cement. So I said, go for it, because I was in a lot of pain. So thankfully, he fast-tracked me, and on February 3rd, I had the kyphoplasty. It was day surgery. It only lasted about 40 minutes start to finish. I was out most of the time until he inserted the balloon and started to make the fractured vertebrae go up to full height. Then I let him know that I was feeling that, but the nurse was there with the nurse bartender was there with the good stuff, and she knocked me out. It was not horrible surgery like you've heard other back surgery. It was nothing compared to other back surgery. In fact, the next day we left for Houston because it was our granddaughter's first birthday party on Saturday. So I just rested, took it really easy. I was not on any prescription pain medicine. I just took over-the-counter stuff. I sat on ice and a heating pad, and I'm on some restrictions. I can't lift anything over 10 pounds, so I couldn't lift up Layton because she's 20 pounds, and she didn't want anything to do with me anyway. She much preferred Grumpy Grandpa, who could lift her up and walk around and get down on the floor and play with her and crawl. But anyway, I just took it real easy, and we had a wonderful time. And then we came back a couple days later, and I've just been recuperating and doing great. So the pain is greatly decreased, and I'm back to crafting. So that's all the good news. I'm doing much better, and I'm really happy. So today I am joining Tiffany from Broke Girl Aesthetic for her Small Creator Sunday, and her co-host, wait a minute, I gotta check my notes here, Michelle from Moxie DIY and Java. And the theme is Love is in the Air. So I have been able to get back to my crafting at my craft table, and I'm very happy to be able to do that. So I'm going to show you what crafts I have done. I've done 2 of them. They are yardstick Valentine swags. They're both pretty much the same, but a little different. And so I'm going to show you what I've done, and I'm really excited to be back to crafting. But if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I sure wish you'd hit that subscribe button. And if you like my video, be sure and give me a thumbs up. It really does help. And I'd love a comment down below. All right, let's get over to the craft table and see what I have made for Love is in the Air. And thanks so much to Tiffany and Michelle for allowing me to join in today. I will be sure to include both of their channels down below and the playlist so that you can see what every creator has done for Love is in the Air. Thanks. Oh, and I forgot to show you my Valentine's t-shirt that I made on my cricket. I'm going to get up very gently. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And look at my shoulder. I have 2 hearts on it. I did all that on my new cricket. That's my Valentine's shirt. Of course, it's in black, and it picks up everything but money and men. Okay, now on to crafting. All right, to start, I have a yardstick, which Grumpy Grandpa got me at the hardware store for $1.50. They used to give them away for free for advertising. I have some pink velvet ribbon. Everything else is from the Dollar Tree. They give you a yard, and it was a little bit more than a yard, so it fit over perfectly. I have this love sign that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I'm using most of this for both swags that I'm doing. Some hearts that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I have some, let's see, what else do I have there? I have some sparkly hearts, tinsel hearts, both in pink and in red, that I'm going to use. I have some signs, little things that I got at the Dollar Tree that I painted. I have some stick-on hearts in red and white and pink that I got at the Dollar Tree, and some roses in both pink and red. And I have, you know, I always have more than what I need. I have some laser cut hearts that I might use. And I have some scrapbooking paper. This is from the Christmas catalog, or the Christmas packet that I got, but I picked out some that would go good for Valentine's Day. I have 4 different scrapbooking sheets there that I'm going to use. And I have my tacky glue that I'm going to use, and of course my standby hot glue gun. So the first thing I'm going to do is to take the ribbon and glue it onto the yardstick. Now I'll tell you, you got to be careful because the tacky glue comes through on the velvet ribbon. Okay, so I've cut apart the love sign, and I've cut out the scrapbooking paper to fit onto the letters. The only one that I really had to scrape off the glitter from was the L. The other ones I could flip over and use the back side. I used a heart for the O, and now I'm going to use the tacky glue to put the scrapbooking paper onto the letters, and then I'll use my glue gun to glue the letters onto the velvet ribbon on the yardstick. And then I'll decorate with the tinsel hearts and the stick-on hearts and the roses, however I want to do it. Okay, so there I've got everything decorated on the yardstick. See, you can see there's the stick-on hearts, and there's all the letters that I measured out. And then at the very top, I took some roses and some of the tinsel hearts, and on the back, I used some twine and double looped it and hot glued it for a hanger, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. There you go. So that's the first yardstick Valentine swag. Then the next one that I'm going to do, I'm doing it pretty much exactly the same way, except this time I'm going to use red velvet ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to use those hearts, but I'm not going to cut them apart because they're evenly spaced and I don't have to worry about spacing them on the yardstick. And so, again, I'm going to use those painted words that I got at the Dollar Tree. And I've got my roses and I've got my tinsel hearts and to stick on Valentine hearts. And so I'm going to do it exactly the same way. I'm going to use my tacky glue to put the red velvet ribbon on, and then I'm going to cover those hearts with my scrapbooking paper. And I just covered the fronts of those hearts. There's the scrapbooking. I'm using the same scrapbooking paper that I used for the love sign, and I'm just going to cover all of those, and then I'm going to use those words, love and be mine, and then I used a black chalkboard heart for one of the hearts to put on the front, and tacky glued all the scrapbooking paper down, and then put a tinsel heart and some roses at the top, and there you go. Boy, there is nothing easier than that, let me tell you. And once again, I put some twine double looped at the top, hot glued it down to hang it up. I'm telling you, you can't do a craft that is easier than this. I thought it came out real cute. Both of them came out real cute, a red one and a pink one. Let's take a look at them hanging up on the wall and see what they look like. All right, so here is the pink one with the word love with the heart for the O. I've already given that one away. And here is the red one with the red roses and all the hearts with the love and the be mine, and the black chalk heart on the one. And I think that one came out real cute too, and that one's going next door to the kids next door. Thanks so much for watching my video, and I hope to see you next time at Nona's Here.